Welcome to Courtroom Explained, where we take a careful, process-focused look at how criminal cases are decided and reviewed. This content is for educational purposes only and not legal advice. Today's case is the criminal prosecution of Bill Cosby, a case that became a landmark example of how procedural rules can determine outcomes, even after a jury verdict. According to court records, Cosby was charged in Pennsylvania in connection with an incident that occurred in 2004. After an initial prosecution declined to file charges, the case was later reopened, leading to a criminal trial years afterward. One key fact involved prior statements. During earlier civil proceedings, Cosby gave deposition testimony after receiving assurances from a prosecutor that criminal charges would not be pursued. At the later criminal trial, portions of that testimony were introduced as evidence. A second important issue was reliance. Courts examined whether Cosby had reasonably relied on the prosecutor's decision not to charge when agreeing to testify in the civil case, and whether using that testimony later violated due process protections. A third factor was the appellate review process. After a jury convicted Cosby in 2018, the case moved through the appeals system, where higher courts reviewed not the facts of the incident itself, but whether the trial complied with constitutional and procedural requirements. In 2021, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court vacated the conviction and barred retrial, finding that the prosecution's use of the prior testimony violated due process. The ruling brought the criminal case to a final procedural conclusion. One clear legal lesson from this case is that constitutional protections apply regardless of a defendant's public profile. Courts are tasked with enforcing fair process, even when doing so produces controversial results. How should courts balance procedural fairness with public expectations in criminal cases? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you value calm, neutral explanations of legal decisions, consider subscribing to Courtroom Explained.